Well, hey there. Welcome to Module 2. We often approach learning about different aspects of communication as completely different skills. It seems like we're sending the message that getting to speak well, listen well, write well, and read well are all separate faculties. Now, this course does, of course, emphasize writing. And the truth is that successful academic writing is about integrating what you have to say with what other research says. That may mean being able to pick up on critical elements in articles you find, or from textbooks, or from lectures, or multimedia presentations. And that means, at the end of the day, you really can't write well without also listening, reading, and observing well. Module 2 introduces the idea of analysis. What we mean by analysis is the ability to understand and voice your awareness of a text. Now, when I say text, that can mean spoken word, a written article, something graphic, a visual graphic. And what you're doing is you're voicing your awareness of the text as more than just the superficial information that it contains. In my field, this is really the heart of what we do. So, for instance, if you think about something like the Harry Potter stories, you might characterize them as the story of a boy who discovers he has magical powers and he uses them to save the world. That's accurate, but it only summarizes the plot. It's a representation of the obvious. It reports what any reader might say about what the novels are doing without offering any insight into the why behind the story. Analysis tries to answer questions about the text that deal with why and how. So in this example, one big why question might be, why is this series so meaningful to so many people? And I might answer that in any number of ways. But one possible answer is that it explores the positives and negatives of what it is to be different in a lot of different ways. Since being different is a universal experience for all readers, well, all of us, they all find the series relatable to themselves and feel validated by it. Now, with that position in mind, all I have to do is read through the books or watch the films and find evidence that supports my idea to use in fleshing out my analysis. This requires me to critically engage with the text, not as entertainment, but as the source for facts for my argument about the story. In order to analyze any text, you must be aware of who is speaking, what their reason for speaking is, and who they are attempting to reach by doing the speaking. Often, this will all seem obvious, but clearly noting the information and keeping it in mind will provide structure for how you engage with the text. You should remember this: the purpose behind any text will shape that text. This is because all the different types of writing that are out there have conventions. People who read scientific articles expect those articles to be shaped in a certain way. People who read novels expect stories to unfold in certain ways. Both novels and scientific articles are written, but they have very different purposes, and that means they do not read the same way. Now, a smart writer leans into the expectations of the audience, whether you're writing up a marketing report for your sales team or whether you're writing the next blockbuster young adult series. All right? This week's assignments focus on grappling with analysis. And you'll have some practice exercises on MindEdge, but there's only 2 graded assignments for the week. On MindEdge, you're going to read a short article and answer some prompts to develop an analysis of it. As you complete this exercise, take some time and think about the kinds of questions that the prompts ask. This is a good model for you to commence analyzing on your own. So, this is a beginner steps thing. Later, you'll be asked to do full analysis on your own. And so think about the sort of things it asks you to think about. You're also asked to complete an analysis of your selected article. Now, this is just another initial writing project. Last week, what you did was you told me about what went on in the article. So we're talking about that superficial reporting level of writing. Now you're being asked to dig into it a little bit and to analyze how it works, what it means. All right. Now, this analysis should consist of 3 well-developed paragraphs of perhaps 5 to 8 sentences each. The assignment on MindEdge offers 3 prompts for doing this analysis. And so it would probably be a good idea to center each paragraph on answering each one of those questions. This will provide some structure to your writing, but you should also start thinking about how you can link those paragraphs together into a whole cohesive piece of writing. This assignment will be turned in on Brightspace. So those are the only 2 things you got to do this week. Just work through the MindEdge exercises and read through what it's got to say. If you've got questions on what's going on, as usual, or as will become usual before long, let me know and I will deal with it. All right. So until next week, I will just say adios.